Now we are at the Northern Territory and Western Australian border. It can fill 21 Sydney harbours. We just finished kayaking at the lake. I know wet season is hard to plan for, but when you know where to go, it is one of the best places to go and visit. Sandstone sediments you see are from 350 million years ago. And for us, as visitors of this country, I think this list here is pretty handy. Please don't do this. Let's go. Look, I love Sydney, I really do. But even for someone like me, I sometimes need a break and a total reset. So I'm stepping into Kununurra in East Kimberley for a much more rawer and more natural experience. Welcome to the new San Sydney exhibit. So we are on National Highway 1. I think this is the world's longest national highway, about 15,000 kilometers, that starts from Darwin and ends back at Darwin. Now we are going from Darwin to Katherine. It's about 260 kilometers and we should be there in like 2.5 hours. I'm traveling with my friend Polani here. Me and Polani, last year we traveled from Melbourne to Darwin. He currently lives in Kununurra. That's where I am going to now. That trip we stopped at Adelaide, stayed at a friend's place, and then Cooper PD, probably Marla and Dali Waters, all of the places that was on the highway from Melbourne to Darwin. It was a big trip. We kept driving at least 800 kilometers per day.
On an average. Yes.
On an average. Let's ask Polani what he thought about the trip and if there's any good parts about it, any memorable top events from there.
The first thing to start with, I never thought that I would do such a big trip in my life. But it ended up just for a job, just for a life. I moved up all the way. I think it was around 5,400 kilometers or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I dropped off at Darwin, which was about 4,200-ish kilometer, and from Darwin to Kununurra, it's like 800.
Another 900 kilometers.
900 kilometers. So it was a big drive, and we drove in this GWM tank, brand new car. It was last year when Polani got it.
Even if it is today, it's new.
After driving about 300 kilometers, we are here at Katherine now, and we are heading to Katherine Hot Springs. Last time when I came, this parking here was full and packed.
Now it is just us.
Yeah, now it's just us. I'm not sure why. I'm just going to go and check because I also remember last time when I went, there was be aware of crocodile signs, but there were a lot of people swimming there. So we just went there and we were swimming at the hot springs. So let's see. As you can tell, we are bad with planning. We did see a couple of people coming out of swim, but we just didn't want to take the risk.
Oh, we are just not that comfortable to get into the water where the bats are around us.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's see at the next location. After traveling 10 hours from Darwin, we stopped at Katherine and then a couple of places on the way. Now we are at the Northern Territory and Western Australian border. And officially, I'm going into my last state of Australia. I've been to all other states and I'm officially trying to step into Western Australia. After arriving at Kununurra last night and having delicious dinner with Palani's friend, we are ready for the next day. We really wanted to go to Bungles today, but it is wet season and most of the national parks in this region is closed. So we are keeping our plan a bit open and looks like we might go to Lake Argyle today. Let's see. We're going to Lake Argyle now, and after coming from Kununurra, we turned right from Stewart Highway or National Highway 1, I think. And we've been traveling for a few kilometers now, and I haven't seen any car on this way. I guess people don't travel during wet season, but we got lucky. It was raining a little bit in Kununurra, but it looks fine here. Yeah, I guess we just got lucky. It reminds me of the time I was in New Zealand. I had a 10 a.m. cruise to catch at Milford Sounds, and we were traveling from Queenstown to Milford Sound, and it was like we started at 5 a.m. to go there. It was 3.5 hours drive. We wanted to be there on time. It was similar to this, just us traveling, nothing else, just us in nature. It was so good.
We're here, you drove in this way on the road, you'd go down to the boat ramp, go down, park about halfway down, there's a turning circle, you park above that. The kayaks are lined up down the bottom on the stone wall. There'll be some on the side, but there's some on the bottom that are close to the water. Put them into the water. This first bay is where all the boats are moored. On this picture, that's the first bay, so boat ramp, first bay. Straight across around the point to the left, which is straight across around the point to the left. There'll be short-eared rock wallabies along here, little wallaby that hides in the cracks and the crevices and the caves. There's common wallaroos on the island, and you can see the island through the gap when you're leaving. Common wallaroos are the bigger wallaby. If you want to jump rock, that's down past the dam wall, down to the narrow gap here. You'll see the yellow and the white float in the gap. That's all deep water under there. So at your own risk, you can jump off there if you want. Don't jump any higher than you're comfortable with and so forth. We suggest swimming in clear water. So if you find a shoreline there where there's no grass or anything like that, on the back of Chinyan Island, there's a spot here. The crocodiles are going to be laying in the weed banks in the grass. That's where their food is. So if you stay away from the weed banks and that shallow grassy area, you don't have to worry too much about the crocodiles. You can swim wherever you like. And so anywhere in this first bay, but in reality, you probably do the rock wallabies around Chinyan Island, maybe to jump rock. Don't go out past jump rock too far, because this is a big open area. And if you have any little rainstorms come in, go to the shore, wait it out. Just sit there, wait it out, and then don't try to be out there if it's windy or anything. That doesn't last very long. So when you come back, put your kayaks back on the stone wall there. Yep. Bring your paddles and jackets back up here.
No problem.
I'll give you a dry bag.
Thank you.
We are at Lake Argyle now. I just read Lake Argyle is Western Australia's biggest man-made reservoir, and I also read the interesting fact that when it's full, it can fill 21 Sydney harbours. We just finished kayaking at the lake. We kayaked for about 3 hours. I think when we started, the water was coming against us, which was pretty hard to go through. And then when we came back, same has to happen, and it has to be tough. But we powered through and came back, which was really nice. I really enjoyed the kayak, and I think my friend Palani did too. We are pretty tired, and we are going to rest for a while before we go to another interesting location. We're going to a infinity pool, which is nearby. Usually people need to go and stay there in most of the places, but this Discovery Parks has a day access. So we are going to go and try and get it and see if we can access the pool. I've seen images on Google and it looks pretty good. After spending the relaxing time at the infinity pool, we went to Hotel Kununurra to celebrate the New Year's Eve. It was buzzing, a lot of people from the town were there. We had a really good night. Today we are planning to go to a few waterfalls and little walks, but it is raining today. If you can see in the background, Palani says we are going to go to some of those mud roads, but this rain shouldn't affect it too much. Yeah, let's see. Our first stop here today is Ivanhoe Crossing. It is very close to where we live, and usually it is known for the bridge that crosses the river. But earlier today it was raining a bit hard, and they opened the dam doors near Kununurra. So there's a bit of river flow and the bridge is pretty much closed. There's a few tourists like us and so few visitors like us who are trying to go and find the crossing. Let's go watch. As you can see, the crossing is almost non-existent during the wet season. So usually the road joins the crossing there, and then you could drive through the car over the river. Usually there's a bit of a flow and the car goes through it, and it's pretty nice to watch, I think. So moving on to more natural places, we are going to go to the Grotto and Black Springs. I think a couple of places about 30 minutes away from here. But around this location, I could tell you something I learned. I learned that Kununurra and a lot of Western Australian places usually farm mangoes a lot. And on the way to the crossing, we saw a lot of mango farms. I'm not sure if we could go in, but if I was coming there next time, I would have a look at it. I think it's a nice thing to watch, and if you can grab some mangoes on the way, that's pretty sweet. We are at the Grotto now. It was raining pretty heavy on the way, and it is still raining, but I think it is the perfect time to view the waterfall. Like you can see, it's not a big, challenging four-wheel drive, but it still requires some concentration, I guess. Just not normal for a Sydney-sider like me. Molly Springs was pretty amazing. The falls was great, it was quite calm, and there was not many people around this time. I would say this is a must visit, and I would recommend everyone to go there when you're here. The grotto was out of the world, and Molly Springs was heavenly. And finally, when we went to the Black Rock Springs, there was no one there, and it was quite magical. I know wet season is hard to plan for, but when you know where to go, it is one of the best places to go and visit. And today, I'm going to visit one of the local hidden gems, which is called the Mirima National Park. I couldn't go to the Bungle Bungles, but this right here is called the Mini Bungle Bungles. Mirima National Park is a special place for Miriwoong people. People have been visiting this place for thousands of years. And these sandstone sediments you see are from 350 million years ago, which is pretty big deal, I think. And if you walk past this little shed here, this has a bunch of information about people who maintain it, the culture and tradition that has been followed in this place for over thousands of years. And for us as visitors of this country, I think this list here is pretty handy. It gives you a list of walks that you can do around the national park, and we chose one of the longest ones, which will take 2.5 hours the whole way. Let's go. Please don't make the mistake we did at Mirima National Park. We started about 20 past 10, and I think we are halfway through, and we are exhausted. It is a 38-degree day, and we have one bottle of water. If you're planning for Mirima National Park walk, do either follow the instructions, do either early morning or late in the evening. Please don't do this. It's been a massive few days. From the Infinity Pool, Lake Argyle to hidden corners of Molly Springs and Valentine Springs. Kununurra just has this raw, unscripted energy that you can't find in the city. I came out here looking for a break from Sydney, but I think I found a different kind of soul for the gallery. It's rugged, it's quiet, and it's exactly what I needed. I'm heading back to Sydney now, hopefully with a bit of this Kimberley energy in me. Thanks for wandering through the exhibit with me. I'll be back in the city, or maybe at the next special exhibit. Catch you later.